Can't get nothing going on right, bro. Not right now. Everything wet. Try to get everything all right. In 1952, I started it here. My mind was nothing but blues. I used to just sit around all night just to hear some of them. And just pluck them guitars. That's what I love. Man, bringing back those remembrance to me now. I have a lot of people come to me from different places. They ask me, "What's your age, Mr. Gipson?" I said, "Well, I'm between 80 and 100. They laugh it off. Between 80 and 100. Okay.
I know Gip got his own ways. He said in his own ways, he gonna do like he wanna do anyway, but I tries to keep him straight whether he listens or not. And it's not very often that he listens. And will you stop popping cans, mister? Gip is a peculiar person.
I poured gas down here.
I know, I smelled it.
He just being Gip. Times have changed. People have changed. Matter of fact, the whole world has changed. Everybody except Gip.
Those kind of guys, they're the last generation of the musicians who grew up in the cotton fields and played in the juke joints. There are very few of them left.
My name is Gip. I'm a grave digger. And I have a juke joint in my backyard.
Being here at Gip's, it just reminds me of a long time ago.
Y'all came out to have a real good time.
I get a chance to walk back in the time.
Well, come on, let's do it some more.
You know, people like to talk about way back when. Well, this is way back when.
Gip's is a true house of blues, a tin-roofed roadhouse owned by Henry Gip Gipson.
There are a few of these holdouts, these juke joints remaining, that have that actual cultural connection to the past. It is like walking into a history book.
Well, there's a little juking part where everybody be juking, having a good time.
Most of them have closed or disappeared, or the owners have passed on.
So we're really lucky to have a guy that opened up his juke joint, decades ago, like Gip.
Juke joints, they just like everything else, they just passing through. And when they time out, their time is out.
Hey, is that who it is?
Police raided the backyard juke joint.
A weekend party tradition stretching back more than 50 years. City will enforce the law.
We see a violation of the law, we're going to enforce the law.
God had this already fixed in his time for all this to come down to a head.
There is nothing on his mind about letting that go. But at this day and time, he got a good fight on his hand.
Ride, Sally, ride. Did you lay him down?
me that drink, pour me a drink.
You don't drink this stuff.
Dead man floating by the riverside.
That's what I'm thinking. Hey, hold on. I want you to go to Crossroads for me.
Alright, we'll do it right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna do one more.
Most people that's lived the life that Gip has ain't with us. But he'll be out on the dance floor with 3 or 4 women at down 2 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know how he does it myself. Gip might know something that we don't.
You empty. Want me to throw this away for you?
No.
Huh?
No. You save it. We just save it.
We'll save it. Sounds good.
We just don't need to fill it no more now.
Okay, well, I was gonna, but I'm not.
Oh, no.
I love to play my blues. I love to get me a little drink. God knows I do.
We're far from being perfect, saints here. We drink and we have a good time. But we can quote you some scripture, too.
Turn it to me and live forever and ever.
People that come here, a lot of them comes every week or every other week, and it's more like a family get-together than a club.
If you wanted to, man, you can stay in here and tell it out. I wouldn't give a doing. I'll be here.
A night at Gip's, it's like this posse of characters you couldn't make up.
Okay, there's Elmer. Elmer is a neighborhood guy. As long as I've been knowing him for years, Elmer was stumbling around. Then there's Roger. He's a friend of Mr. Gipson and been for many, many years. So he'll stray away, but he always come back. I'm known as Bay around this place.
Miss Bay has known Gip for over 50 years.
Oh, Lord.
She takes care of him.
Do you have any idea how that tabletop got broken? Then there are a couple of other guys, Cindy and Jeff, and we cleans up whatever necessary, whatever he need us to do. We have to keep him continue his dreams.
Oh, come on. All night. For it, I can. I'm going to play 3 songs. You take the rest of them.
The Gip be down there playing till the last one leave.
Thank you, God, man. Over my life. Good morning. Say good morning. You said your prayer? You didn't?
Okay, told you.
He told you just don't understand. He understand you, but you understand him. He just a little less than human. Come on, boy. I discovered the blues in 1937, really. But according to my parents, I couldn't follow it. We have to wait till on the weekend to walk 3 and 4 miles to parties where they had these little juke on sale. Man, 10 more people to get in there over 30, the house will turn over, rest out the highway.
A juke joint, basically when it started out, it was at each other's house and stuff. Everybody would bring some kind of dish and, the guys would play music and stuff.
It was a house where people, maybe husband, wife, children, decided to use part of the house for partying. Sold beer, gambling.
You went down in the woods where the log house, where they did the box supper, where you did the juke joint, where the black people could have their own little place where they dance and they sing. Myself, B.B. King, Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, all of us came from these juke joints. I could look through the crack and see the hogs and the chickens under the house.
When people jumped up and down, you were a little concerned whether you might go through the floor.
There were fights. There were shootings.
And you had to be a man amongst men to survive. Now, we do the things that we used to do then. We just more civilized now.
I want him to hear this. You know she feeds me well. And she give me vitamins to keep me alert. Then she sat up on the kitchen table and said, "Come and get your dessert."
The blues is music from the soul. You're pouring out your soul. You're telling people your life.
I gotta tell you about this little girl of mine.
For those that had never associated themselves with the blues, once they get here, they get addicted.
She's so doggone fine. All she wanna do is make love all the time.
Every modern genre of music stands squarely on the foundation laid by the blues.
You wouldn't have what we now call American music without the blues, and you couldn't have the blues if it didn't have a place to grow. And juke joints are the natural venue where this music grew up and survived for decades.
You lied, baby. You told me you were spending the night with a friend. And I drove by and seen your car, baby. It was parked all night at the Holiday Inn. Thank you very much.
You know, everything been going great. We've been having great shows. But one Saturday night, we had a visit from the police that came out and told us they'd been getting some complaints, and we was going to have to make some changes, or they was going to have to shut us down.
The mayor's office started receiving complaints from neighbors in the area that music was being played late at night, disturbing the people on Saturday night, that it was going on every Saturday night.
The impression I get is there were not a large number of people complaining. I mean, there aren't that many, he doesn't have that many neighbors, for one thing. Yeah, they talk about, you can't be heard 50 feet from the, there's hardly anybody within, 300 yards.
Then they started getting complaints about traffic.
Come on back. Can you eat back?
And I don't mean to be callous about it, but that is a residential neighborhood.
However it may violate any ordinances or whatever, Gip doesn't just grandfather into those things, he great-grandfathers into them. He's been there for so long. And the idea that at this point the city is going to try to shut it down just seems really absurd to me.
For him to be struggling with this kind of thing at this point in his life is abysmal. We don't know exactly how old he is, but he's not a young man.
We all have had some challenges, but he knows that there's nothing you can do about that, but do it God's way. He's just a very peaceful man that lives real slow, do hard work.
You know, my job is out there is to dig in graves. But I found out God wanted it that way, and that's where I went.
He would dig a grave by hand, no backhoe. He just started out with a little hole, and next thing you know, he's down in it.
A man, God said, that labor shall see and get his crown. I'm looking for it. That's my way.
To create a juke joint, you've had to have lived a certain life.
He's had crosses burned in his yard. He's been stabbed. He's been shot.
He's lived such a hard life growing up black in this town.
But in 1957, I was playing in Sheehan. Well, let's just say it like this. Black people wasn't allowed there. They always loved blues and things and music like that, but you still not recognized no more than what you're putting out. So Mr. Man come in there. Better use that word because he sure got children and things. And they probably carry evil with them. He said, "Do you want any food, boy?" I told him, I said, "Yes, sir." That was the question you had to give to him. Yes, sir. But this 7-8-year-old girl coming in. When I received that food from that little white girl, I don't remember nothing there. All of it because white folks don't pass anything to black folks. They stomped my hand with them Western boots. They about stomped me to death. When I did get out the hospital, I thought a long time, I said, Lord, I haven't did anything but this place, and I got wasted. What I got to do? The devil stepped in. What you need to do, buy you a couple of shells for your 16-gauge shotgun. Get you some 38 bullets. When you get through with them, get you some 30-06s. And go down there. On Sunday morning, church. Snapped up my hand and all them folk come in there in church. And I was in killer hundreds. Because it was unexpected. And that way Satan comes, unexpected, and I was saved. But I believe in my angel. This old man looked like he was about 8 or 9 years old. He called me. He said, "What you come to do, don't do it." I said, what you come to do, don't do it. I was like, how you know what I come to do? It kind of struck me. He said, "Take your gun, go home." You understand what I'm talking about? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going and find out why blacks and whites can't get together. I went all in Detroit, fooling around with Chuck Berry and John Lee Hooker over there around the main house place. I'll come back here, I might do the same thing. I don't separate no black and white, nowhere. Everybody the same, they're going to be in the same eyes of God, and when God coming, pigmentation and they're going to keep you away from it. And I feel so good about it that I walk out sometime and cry when they get here at night. This is your house, his house, my house, her house, and everybody come here.
This is my woman right here. Okay. And I just I want to know.
Do you take this lovely man to be your lovely husband?
I do.
Until the day that you live.
Oh, infinity.
Infinity, right.
Yes.
And never leave him.
No.
And make everything convenient for him.
Everything convenient. Now you gotta remember that one,
It has grown substantially over the last 5 years. It went from a backyard party to a business establishment.
Mr. Frankie Robinson on guitar.
Hopefully it'll get back to being a backyard party.
I started in the juke joints, where the place was seating 2 and 3 peoples to 200 and 300 peoples. They was everywhere then, man. Now you can't hardly find a juke joint.
The juke joints started dying out.
Harlem Dukes got burned down.
Smitty's Red Top.
Junior's Place in Chulahoma, Mississippi.
Club Teresa. One was Jenny Bugs. Both of these buildings used to be juke joints.
But we almost lost them all.
We really are down to just this handful who can really talk about the old days, and they were running a place in the old days, and they're still running it like it's the old days.
Of course, Red's Lounge here in Clarksdale, Mississippi.
People have made me the king. I'm not self-proclaimed.
No one could replace a Red Payton. But they broke the mold, perhaps thankfully.
He's a little bit of a curmudgeon, I guess you'd say.
I'm watching you.
A little irascible, a little impetuous.
I'm a cut above the bullshit. On top of that, I have license for bullshit.
You've also got Paul Monkey's Lounge near Marigold, Mississippi.
Where did your nickname come from?
Poor monkey. See how poor and ugly I am?
You go over to Zachary, Louisiana, Teddy's place over there as a juke joint.
Hey, this the blues, y'all.
People describe me as a DJ. Hey, and that makes me mad because I'm a record spinner. And I always tell them I'm a record spinner with a cum laude degree.
And of course, in Bessemer's, you've got Gips.
See, Gip is a grave digger by day and a party animal by night.
You know, there is not a juke joint owner alive or who's passed who wasn't a character.
You know, even though you might think that authenticity is something in the mind of the beholder, there's an authenticity to these guys that can't be denied.
To be a blues person, you got to sleep it, eat it, die, and bury it.
Jump up out your chair and holler.
These are culturally connected, long-running juke joints with their original owners. You could just argue that that handful right there is sort of the last of those guys. They're gone. That's that.
Okay, now this is Cop Town. What you want?
Well, you go where you can turn, you ain't going around. Try about that, but I always go down to the one where you just.
But just tell me, Gip. That's all I ask. You got to have different ways that he be wanting you to go. That's all. And I'm trying to understand.
There's a part of me that's angry at the city of Bessemer for wanting to shut GIP down. I mean, a part of me understands that's their job.
It's been a long time, my darling.
GIP tried to talk to the mayor, and he didn't want to talk about it. I've tried to talk to the city council lady about it, and she don't want to talk about it. So it was great today that we had the opportunity to talk to the mayor and the chief of police and just let them know that we're more good for the city being here than if we're not here.
Yeah, man, you slipped up on me already. Yeah, since you slipped up on me. Come and speak to both of y'all. Yeah, I know you.
I already know my man to pay the visit to you. I already know it now.
Oh,
my lieutenant told me you're doing a documentary today. They doing a documentary, get people from Atlanta doing a documentary on you today and tonight. So
since you got a recorder, why don't we just talk about this some other time? You go ahead, enjoy yourself. Now I want to hear some more of your singing.
Both of y'all come up there tonight.
We're gonna try to help you. I'm gonna try to help you as much as I can.
Thank you, and God bless you, brother.
Hey, you're gonna have to help me too now.
I got a rope. Don't put it in there. Go ahead. Yeah. I have a little city council.
I'm going to see you. God bless. I'm going over, mother.
Pour me some whiskey, wine and gin. See my baby, she left me again. Lord, I want some whiskey, I want wine, I want gin. Whiskey, wine and gin.
I don't know what the solution is, but there's got to be one. If they want GIP bringing revenue into the city like he's doing now, bringing people from all over the world into the city, then they're going to have to let him do what he's used to doing.
We're kind of in the wrong, but kind of in the right, because we are having shows in the middle of a residential neighborhood every Saturday night, and a few hundred people here. They kind of got a point, but like I said, GIP's been here doing this since 1952.
I'm a mayor of a small Mississippi town, and I understand how issues of zoning and nuisance and that sort of thing can occur, and it can. You can make arguments about all that sort of thing, but a little inconvenience of a little noise at night every once in a while just shouldn't be the factor that overcomes the cultural value of keeping these joints around.
So that's what's been a little bit frustrating about the city of Bessemer. It's really a place that Bessemer should be proud of, to try to, incorporate it somehow in their, in their tourist industry or something.
In Mississippi, our state has gone gung-ho in promoting its cultural wealth. There's been a lot more official attention to things like the blues in Mississippi.
This tourism, this green, clean economy we generate through this musical genre and the operation of these joints is huge here now. People just pouring in here. They want to come see where it all began.
You all right? I'm feeling good. Good, I'm glad you're here.
What's going on in Mississippi is pretty singular. You don't see something similar in other states, at least with the blues.
And then when you come into Louisiana, you come to Teddy's, I don't get any help nowhere. Come on, baby. Okay. I haven't been able to draw a paycheck from the juke joint in 36 years. It got where I was losing $10, $15, $20,000 a year.
In the early 90s, people started going elsewhere with this newfangled thing called casinos.
I don't stand a fighting chance because you got 2 boats and a casino.
The casinos started, in effect, shutting down the juke joints.
You just get everything set up like you want and, you know, we'll take care of it from there.
Okay.
Why would a band want to come play at Teddy's when they make 3 times or 4 times the amount playing somewhere else?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know between now and get my new license by the end of December that I'm gonna be able to still stay in business.
Gips is the last juke joint in Alabama, and it's a real link to the past. It's really important to try to hold on to that. I spoke with Sheehan, who's the city attorney.
It's not a violation.
I am pretty hopeful that things will be worked out.
And I know he's got a portalet out there. I have not.
It's not against the law, and I keep saying it over and again, to have a backyard party, okay?
Do what now?
I'm going to tell you that they can't have a required cover charge. Once you start taking in revenue, then you are operating a business.
That's a work of art. I saw that going on.
It is not a business. It is a juke joint. We do ask for people to give donations.
The idea that this was some kind of donation is a farce.
Hey, how are y'all? I'm doing good. None of it makes sense. You know, first it was the neighbors that were complaining. But now it's because people make a donation when they come to hear music. So what did that have to do with the neighbor's complaint?
What's up, man? You think, man? You the man. I ain't the man right now. I ain't got no road.
If bands are not going to be paid at Gips, I don't see the place surviving.
They seem to want GIP to open up a club here in Bessemer.
Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but I'm sure the city would like to have a club with Gip's name.
We've been offered numerous places. Anthony Underwood, one of the local businessmen, politicians, he's tried numerous times to get us to take a place at Watermark.
I've heard that the intent really was to shut him down and force him to open a bar in downtown Bessemer. But that's not the intent.
We had a call from the police chief. He said that this council lady had come to the mayor complaining, and he was saying if we had one more complaint, they was going to shut us down.
Hi, baby.
Hey.
How you doing? All right.
If the police do show up, I hope that we can stay calm. You know, I wish there was a simple solution for this.
I'd like to welcome you to Gip's place tonight. All right, I gotta go over all these rules. Our main rule is we don't have no color here. It's in the eyes of God, we're all the same, and that's the way it's gonna be. We got some new friends from England tonight. Y'all give them a big hand. They hiding back here in the back. We got some friends from South Africa here tonight too, so we're going to show them how it is now in the South and how it is at Gip's Place and how it ought to be all over the world. So, y'all welcome them to Alabama. We start out with a prayer, so if you put your hats off, set your drinks down, we're going to get started.
Another Saturday night, the police didn't show up, all looks good, and we're ready for another Saturday night.
Listen said she want to be in the picture too. Huh? Hey, miss. Did she say a prayer last night?
Yeah, I always lift her ear up. And I said, did you say your prayer? Did you pray to Jesus last night? And she looked at me a little while, but I keep her saying it. You can see her hold her head up from her. She said, you just a little bit higher than a dog.
Yeah.
So a dog got to know something.
She looking at that. She trying to figure out what that is now. She got to try to get it. Hey. Bob, miss. That's something to speak into, Bob. Let me see your Bob up there. She tried to get to it.
As long as he got company hanging around him, he's satisfied. Sometimes that mess get boring. Since 52, I mean, that was way back, I would say way back in the day. I know to this place.
Huh?
Come out here and kill a snake. But, you know, just hanging out here, that was a no-no. Shut up. It was right there.
He is gone now.
Back in those days, it wasn't like it is now.
I bet 30 years ago when Gip was up there, Gip wasn't advertising that the John Doe band was coming up there on Saturday night. I don't even think 5 or 6 years ago there was a cover charge to pay bands to come in there.
Comfy. Y'all enjoy.
Thank you, ma'am.
Gip's attorney called me yesterday and said he had spoken with Lieutenant Woods at Bessemer Police Department and that they were serious this time, that if they show up Saturday night and we have more than 30 people here at Gip's, they were shutting us down.
The suddenness clearly took everybody by surprise.
Well, I don't think it was something that was just suddenly happened. Again, I believe the police department had been telling them, look, you're violating the law. You're going to have to change the way you operate.
We got the call from Gip's attorney 24 hours before a show. There's people who come from all over the world who plan their vacations around coming to Gip's place.
Hey, baby.
How you doing, Sugar?
I'm good.
All right. If I'm doing something here and been doing this 50 years here, why is this just happening? I'm trying to bring people together, communicate with people.
We really don't know what's going to happen because I'm, certain we'll have over 30 people.
So much. God always tells us He's going to put a test to you, him, that everybody. So stay prayed up at all times, because war will surely come.
Hey. Is that who it is?
What is?
Right there in front of you.
How you doing? I really don't appreciate that right now. Okay? No, I really don't appreciate this. Y'all are trying to set this up to make it look bad after I've told y'all and asked you and begged you to do the legal thing, and you don't want to do it. So, and then you're gonna have a camera out here. That's
They're
poor
working
taste.
on a documentary.
That's poor taste, okay?
They're
Especially
working
when
on
I
a
went and met with
documentary.
y'all's lawyer and told you not to do it.
This is a documentary on Gip.
Well, it's got to stop right now. No ifs, ands, buts, or I'm gonna have to walk in there and do it. I'm letting you handle it. All right? I don't want to have to handle it. So I'm gonna let you go in there and shut it down. Okay? Watch out! Don't bump in that fire. Okay. All right, go shut them down.
We got police department out here telling the man that he's got to shut down. So y'all get behind it, and we're gonna do what we got to do. So y'all be with us. So we'll not be putting some mall down here for Anthony Underwood like the city wants him to do.
We knew they were going to do this. We already knew they were going to do it.
I don't know what precipitated the city to do that, to send the SWAT team in to break up the 92-year-old man's music. This is the 50th anniversary of the Civil Rights Movement in the United States, and a lot of that originated in Birmingham.
It's really ironic that something that is so commemorative of that history of struggle and oppression is under attack at a time when we are celebrating how far we've come.
Bullshit! You guys are shutting down an Alabama gym.
You got shut down a little early. It's okay. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. Don't worry about it, sir. Please. Don't stress. Don't worry about it. No. He's an old man.
Don't worry about it, Gip. Don't worry about it.
Well, I feel like he should have been left alone. Gibbs Place was there before the subdivision come and develop around him. But time unchanged things.
I hate to see an institution like GIPS just sort of be made to go away. They're cultural icons, these juke joints. When they're gone, they're always gone. They're not coming back.
When these men are gone, their places will be gone, or they just won't be what they were. It's as much a reflection of the owner's personality as it is the musicians and the music that's played there. That will go away. It will not be here in a few years.
When the dust of man comes, to the dust he shall return. But blues is a thing that weighs death away for a while. Yeah, got the blues now. I'll just get this fire going. I don't know why they don't want me to start fires in there. You start the fires in time, you see, and all that smoke will be gone when it get. Like I used to do when I was in the city, down in Uniontown. Seems like you don't love me, honey. I've been looking for so many years, but today I'm just
unlucky so and so.
Yeah, and then I had to walk with it. Oh, that's what getting over me.
There's your buddies. There's your buddies.
You talking about Chief?
Hey, look, Fox 6 is there, Gip. They're doing a story on you. I'm afraid of no options. What step do you take next? Do you tell Gip he can't do this anymore? What do you do? I don't know for sure what our options are at this point. I guess we have to wait and see. This morning, Gip got a phone call from a man in the community who owns a lot of property where he would like to see Gip renting from him. And Gip told him he would come and meet with him.
But can you imagine a sign on the freeway saying the world's famous Gips? This is one location. There's actually this whole row that well, I think somehow the Lord blesses us when we accept changes. And for to live 90 plus years, he obviously been through a lot of changes, you know. And so this is it may be a just temporary inconvenience, but it is also an opportunity to see, hey, you know, I could live in tomorrow, you know.
Yeah. If you leave it out there at his house, then I think that probably when he passes away, it ends. And as you say, that'd be a sad thing, but maybe that's progress.
Gip, you ready? This way, Gip.
It is a Saturday tradition for decades. Tonight, it's in doubt. The city of Bessemer is telling Gips Place to tone it down, signaling what could be the end of a historic backyard blues party.
Gips now has fans all over the world, but with popularity comes the crowds, and therein lies the problem. But Gips and his friends are not going down without a fight.
Welcome to the Bessemer City Council meeting for Tuesday, May 7, 2013. Here's your opportunity to speak to the mayor and the council. We're asking anyone who wishes to speak to come forward. Raise your hand first of all. We'll recognize you. Ma'am, go ahead. You have 3 minutes.
I'm from Italy. I'm a reporter.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, and believe me, nobody's interested in stories from here, but they are interested in the story about Gip's place. We spend in Italy a lot of money to preserve our culture. I don't understand why you want to destroy this wonderful place.
We live as a nation of people under the law. We cannot decide that we're going to obey some laws and not other laws.
This is much, much bigger than you guys here. There's people watching this all over the world right now.
How many of you live in the city of Bessemer who are so supportive of this? How many of you? Okay, some of you do. But answer honestly. Would you want it next door to you? You will say now yes, but if
they moved there?
But if
he was there first.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. No more comments from the audience.
Gip plays about the best place around here in Bessemer. He like white folks and black folks. You no cussing and no raising hell up there, no going shooting or nothing else up there. That's all I got to say.
It does not matter in how many people speak here. Are you asking this city to turn their back and stuff on some laws, but then on other laws, enforce those laws? Because that's what you're asking me to do. Now you would think that if it was this many people in this council chamber, we could come up with a solution that will work. But to desecrate those people's community is wrong.
That's not what we're asking.
I would not be here either. They are afraid and stuff of this mob that's in here today that's saying that they are wrong.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you spoke. I gave you the courtesy of speaking.
Hold on. Let's give the mayor respect, okay? Now, listen. If we have any additional outbursts, Chief Rutledge, with the mayor's permission, I would ask you to clear the chamber, okay? Okay, all right.
Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Your name and address, please, sir.
My name is Gipson, and known as Henry. Gipson, the only Jew church. But what I want to stand and ask before everyone are in here, the council is making a great mistake. I'm not intended to move to the mall, that's what I'm saying, and I'm not intended to move nowhere around here. I'm going to do as I am doing, and we're going to overcome this. And so you can take it from there and do what you want.
It's unfortunate, I think, that there hasn't been any recognition from the city of its responsibility for what it perceives to be the problems.
The week before they shut Gip's place down, they were advertising Gip's Juke Joint on their website.
For a period of time, they had these detour signs to direct people to the place. And to then act with such suddenness was unquestionably going to cause rancor.
It's got to be something different.
But I do recognize from the city government standpoint that some action sometimes has to be taken. I bet you we would have found a way around here in Clarksdale to work our way through it. And I hope Bessemer can too. Bessemer needs Gip more than Gip needs Bessemer, I believe.
You're looking pretty.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't feel that was right to tell me that came but 30 people to be here when there's 100 people or more already looking to come, and you give me 1 day notice and all these people to come. We are the people who came through that condition, and we got that right to stick to the blues.
Henry "Gip" Gipson's whole world revolves around a shack that many believe is one of the last true juke joints. The thought of losing it gets him choked up.
I'm not dealing with it too nice.
Police say that they want you to get a business license.
This place has been here for 50-some years. I never had a license, never been asked for one.
He have had more interviews and people want to talk to him than ever before, which was something that he had to get used to. And went on and on and on. He is really tired because he's not used to all of this.
How do you feel about the police coming here trying to shut this place down?
I don't feel too good. Well, I'm trying to get over funny. We all going down. And we're gonna need one another. Lord, I just wanted this way to get people together. Jesus says, share with others and help your enemy. And I got a conflict of war now in the mind, what to do about what happened.
Places like this, you got people like the ones who are trying to close it down. You got people like that who destroy them, just like they're trying to destroy this one. I just often felt like it's just the devil don't want to see Mr. Gip prosper.
I'd really hate to think about what it would do to Gip if he wasn't able to do this every week.
My job is to stay out as long as God gives breath I can breathe up. I have too much to turn back.
Thank you very much.
That's so fun.
The police are going to use every tool that they can, and one of those would be a roadblock to check driver's license, to check for driving under the influence. This is just one of the tools that you would use when you have somebody telling you openly they're going to defy the law. Huh? So finally the mayor said, we're going to do something about it.
He's going through a lot of stuff right now. Sometimes he really don't know, which way to go or what to do. He can take, and take. Get to the point where he can't take no more. I don't want to be around.
I'm telling you what I know. And I'm telling you, even the police headquarters here, they don't even know about their own history. And I'm going to continue with my God-given situation until I die and go to hell, and I'll speak higher then. Oh, Lordy, Lord, it hurt me so bad. What God puts together, Satan trying to take away, tear it up. And when the breaking up starts, hell breaks loose.
The cops out there at the gate and they want to talk to you.
At the gate. At the gate. Yeah. But that's for it, just better come.
Okay.
This situation just really made it horrible for him. If it gotten to the place where he no longer had this, he couldn't enjoy this, and this what he loved, it probably would be the end of it.
The different way of killing people, not death. There's a hell around here, but you won't see me. Honey, every place I go, where you can kill the spirit of a person.
Hey, Dad, don't mess up. Dad, don't mess up.
What you want? You can kill the thought of him, that what he wants to come to be for us. That's
Wait,
babe.
okay. He just was like off balance. I was hoping that he didn't do nothing stupid.
I'm hot as hell, and I'm going on back down east.
Yeah, this ain't no time to act foolish now. We got lawyers
We
doing
have
this.
lawyers handling it.
I was just so concerned because my mind had them turned back and went all the way to Utah. I'm on my property, it's my property. Tell them that.
You know, sometimes the devil just take control. We gathered around him and told him, get a hold of yourself. This is not the way to do this. You have to bring people together, and that'll fix the problem. God had spoke to him and had him to listen to what we had to say. Then he calmed down and came back to his natural self.
Balaam was out there to protect me from going too far. You see, God got angels come to you in men's form. Every supposed to have angels. I believe sometimes I got two.
He says that he have 2 angels, but honestly, to tell the truth, I believe he have 100 angels. After the city wanted to close them down, it really throws the fat in the fire. People come together from all over the world and they showed their support of love to him.
They proved to me that they stood for me. It was a movement for God for everybody.
The fact that there was so much support for GIP was something that really led the leaders of the city to recognize that it was better to work things out than to be really hard-assed about it. And GIP and people around them really recognized that there were legitimate concerns that the city had. They were concerned, I think, about fire and making sure that the power system was not going to explode. They stopped selling food. Parking spaces were created. And that's worked out, I think, fairly well for everybody concerned.
Just trying to keep people safe, and if we can do that and they can operate up there as a backyard party, then that's fine.
There we go.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Give it up for Mr. Gipp one more time. Give it up for him. We're here at Gipp's place. This is his place, y'all. We're all guests at Mr. Gipp's place.
We've been able to continue on, and he don't have any trouble anymore. And so he been moving on ever since, from one thing to another. He had an opportunity to play at the 50-year Civil Rights celebration. And Gip got to play at Juke Joint Festival in Clarksville, Mississippi. And he just been skipping all around the place. He went to the King Biscuit Festival and had an opportunity to meet some of the other juke joint owners.
Yeah! Well, look at here. He ain't already in the place. Hey, Red.
How you be today?
How you doing?
Now, he really gets tickled when he be going to Clarksville and play at Red's Juke Joint. And he become friends with Red.
I see you did great that day and a juke runner at night.
Since he got to know Gip, he been coming here visiting Gip.
I'll be doggone.
Two old juke joint down home blues buddies.
Red, you still talk shit.
Today is May the 7th, 2016. Gip is having his first annual Juke Joint Festival.
Let's give it up for Mr. Gibbs.
He is really thrilled, mostly shocked. And he had his liquid pill and he was very happy.
Well, you got me working, boss man, working around the clock. I want a little drink of water, but you won't let me stop, big boss man.
How are you, man?
How you doing?
It's an example of when people get together and communicate rather than just fight. And now here we are 3 years later with the first annual Gip's Juke Joint Festival, sanctioned by the city with police protection and lots of bands and a lot of people just enjoying themselves, which is what Gip has been all about since 1953.
Oh, let's go home with the boy.
After I had a chance to stop and take this thing over. When you got people in your community and they call to protect the law, you have to go out and do a job. That's the wrong you did. Bringing people together. This is a major part of my life. That's why I play my blues.
Gib, how you doing, brother?
How you doing? God bless you.
I'm doing well.
You all right?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm
you
doing
look like you're
fine.
doing good today.
All of us must come together, and when you come together in agreement, there's no separation. Did I take a picture with you with him?
Yep.
I did. Really? No?
Yeah. We took a picture last time we met with his camera rolling. Remember?
We had the same spirit. God's spirit is all ours.
Get on board, little children, get on board, whoa, little children. Get on board, little children, there's room for many more. Get on board, little children, get on board, whoa, little children. Get on board, little children, there's room for many more. The price is low and all can go. The rich and poor are there. No second class aboard this train. No difference in the fare. Get on board,
every week. I don't know why. God just have blessing. Say a prayer to thank God for it. And in that, He will not close our doors on us.
Hey, Mr. Gipp, what's going on? Somebody